Right, welcome back folks. Welcome to the Northumberland coast. We're out after cod. We've got Steve with me from, well, formerly from Sparta Fishing, now from, what are you, Northern Hookers?
Northern Hookers with Douglas, aye.
With Douglas, so he's formed a new channel with his mate. Decided that they couldn't be bothered fishing on their own anymore, so
it's easier.
Made a bit of a partnership. But yeah, we're out on Northumberland slightly later than I wanted to be. The main reason I'm up here is we've got some big westerly winds. So they were northwesterly overnight. They've gone westerly today. I was going to be fishing down South Wales. That was where I wanted to go. I wanted to try and get after some autumnal rays. But then westerly winds have sort of killed it for me today. It's the last chance I'm going to get out fishing before we go away on holiday. And then I saw that the cart was available. Everybody started advertising cart, so I was like, right, let's get up to Northumberland. Let's get some cart in the freezer for when I get back. Let's see if we can get some early cod. So where are we? Hoxley?
We are at Hartley Skier.
Hartley.
H-A-R-T-L-E-Y. Hartley Skier in, actually North Tyneside. It's on the border of Northumberland, but just outside of Northumberland.
Oh, there you go. So I'll be getting loads of grief in the comments with that already. But yeah, so we're out. The sea is looking spot on. It's lifting through the day. Hopefully we've timed it about spot on. The conditions are lovely. It's a nice morning. Slightly later than I was hoping to be. I arranged to meet somebody for some cart this morning, and they didn't get out of bed. Kept me waiting for about an hour and a half. Which, I'll be honest folks, I was not happy about. But there we go, we're here now.
Starving for an hour and a half.
Yeah, so got up here. Steve insisted on having breakfast. I was going to skip breakfast, but when I saw it, I understood why. So we've had a good breakfast and we're out. Low waters at about 20 to 12. What time are we on?
27 minutes past 10.
Half 10. So we've got about an hour till low, and then we'll probably get, what, 2 hours up on here?
I'm hoping so, but obviously it all depends when they start breaching.
Yeah.
On a normal sea you can get 2.5 hours up, but with them 3 foot swells, 3, 4, 5 foot maybe.
Yeah.
They might cut an hour off, but we'll get round to Collywell Bay over high water, which is just round the corner.
Yeah, so my plan is to try and fish 3 or 4 marks today. Hopefully get a couple of good videos out of it for you. Because like I say, we'll be, well, by the time this video comes out, I'll be sunning it up somewhere in Australia, hopefully. So the plan is to try and get plenty of fishing done today. I left mine at about 4 o'clock this morning. I'll probably stay and fish here till maybe 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then a couple hour drive home. There shouldn't be much traffic at that time in the morning.
We'll be going solo tonight, by the way. I don't do rain, wind.
Doesn't do rain, wind, darkness.
Temperature drops.
We're going to fish 1 rod a piece, try and keep fairly mobile, and just move about really. So yeah, we're going to get 3, hopefully 4 hours on here. And then we're going to fish somewhere up and over high, and then we'll get somewhere for low, and I might try and fish a spot where I can get sort of from low up to high again, like I say, take me to the early hours of tomorrow morning. That's the plan for the trip anyway. Hopefully get some big cod, that'd be good. To be honest, get any cod really. I'd be happy with any cod.
Any fish is good through the day, mate. Any fish through the day is a good fish.
So it's, like I say, it's, what are we on, the 24th of October I think it is.
Yeah.
So for me it's still a little bit early to be starting cod season in any real anger. But like I say, I'm going to be fairly limited this winter. We get back on the 9th of December and then I've got a week at uni. So after this, the next chance really to fish in the UK is probably going to be Christmas time. Right, well, seeing as how we're out on the rock mark like this, I thought I'd give this a go. It's the luggage system Akios sent me probably a couple of months ago now, to be fair, but I've never really had the chance to use it. The reason being is because 1, my tackle box is all set up the way I like it with the gear that I need in it, but 2, I like to sit down when I'm out fishing. But because we're out fishing the rocks today, I thought I'd bring this with me. So all comes in this hard plastic, or hard soft plastic, how you pronounce it, like how you describe it, EVA material, so it's all hard wearing. The top I've got a cool bag. Open this up for you. Got loads of room in it. I've got me and Steve's bait in there, so he's got his wings.
Andy.
Cheers mate, you're welcome. My wings, my carp bombs, squid and stuff like that in there. Do you mind mate? I'm trying to record. And then in the bottom you've got this other organiser. So I've got space for rig winders. I've just brought 2 rigs down with me today, to be honest, on here. Section for your weights, any other bits and pieces you want to put in. I had my camera gear and stuff in there. And it all stows away into a quite nice, handy, and I must admit it was actually quite nice just carrying this down in my hand rather than having me huge great big box on the back. Now I'm not saying it's good for all occasions. There's definitely a time and a place for big seat boxes and stuff like that, but yeah, on here today, like I say, we're going to be fishing all day. It's going to be a long old day. Carrying that round, it's a lot lighter, a lot comfier. Should be a lot more suitable than that big old seat box of mine. So far I'm quite impressed with it. Right then, the first tester. Can we get the gear back? Yes. Oh no. Oh, we're up. Oh no, we're not. Oh. And this is where, there we go, find out if this rig works or not. It looks like I've got everything back. Like I say, not a very conventional setup compared to what I'm used to using, but it works quite well up here, especially in this big heavy kelpy ground. I shall show you that right now. Alright, so this is the rig that I'm using on here. It's just a 5-ounce sinker, and it's basically just I don't know what you class it as, but three-way swivel at the top. The hook length is shorter than the weight length, so when you clipped up like that, all the weight goes through the hook length. The hook length is £80, and then the weight length is, I think this one's £60. So obviously if you get snagged up on your weight or anything like that, you're hooked into a nice fish, the weight length will give way first, and you can just tie another weight on later on. And it means that you're into direct contact. There's none of that play like you get on a pulley pennel and stuff like that. So I'm trialling that this trip. I'll see how that goes. As you've just seen, I managed to get the gear back. And just put fresh carp wing on there. Going to get that sent out. You might want to bring it a bit closer because it's got quite a wide angle on it. Well, as Steve predicted, we are getting smashed about by kelp. There's a lot of weed out there in the water, but I have got a very definite bite on this. There we go, we're on. We are on. Just need to get it up and out of these snags now. I've struggled with snags. Oh, has he just dropped it? No, I think we're still there, but he's... Oh, he hasn't always dropped it. Put me in a rock and dropped it. Oh, no. Oh, that was a nice fish as well, that. Literally just transferred me into a rock and that was it, gone. Oh well, it's a good sign. We're probably about half an hour away from low water, but I've switched rigs as well. I've got one of Steve's Paternoster rigs and you can see that's pulled the hook all the way down to the bottom. But that's a good sign. At least there are fish out there. I think Steve had a knock earlier, but like I say, the weed's coming on. The sea's definitely lifting. I mean, you can see some of the rollers out there now. Some of the big swells coming in. I've casted a little bit shorter. I have been punching out towards the sort of wind turbines out there. Steve's gone slightly right out towards the lighthouse. And yeah, Steve's getting pulled around in some of the swells, but I've had a bite, so I'm going to get a new bait on this. Get a fresh set of carp baits on here, and we'll get stuck back out there. See if we can't find that fish again. Well, we are spot on. 11:41, spot on low water. Just watching Steve cast out, and my rod hooped over, nearly pulled the stand over, and I flipping well missed it. Just going to give it a minute and see if it comes back. But that was by far the best bite of the day. I'm hoping that means that we're going to start to see more bites, because that really was a good bite. I already know. Oh no, I am up. That's all right. I was going to say I already know I am well and truly snagged in there. Oh, it's loose. I don't know if you know, Steve, but I think we're fishing onto ground that basically looks the same as what we stood on here. Fairly flat rock, because you can feel it. But obviously, I mean, I've snagged up. I've lost a couple of hook lengths. And I think
bit more brutal out there, but it's not too dissimilar.
Yeah, but I think there's definitely some big ledges out there, and then big wedges of flat rock. Because like now I've broke that free, you can just pull the lead back. But yeah, that was a cracking bite. That.
Got a cod bite.
Hey, we give it a couple of minutes, see if it comes back, and then we'll bring it in. Because I've just got some coral sticks on there with a bit of squid at the minute, so that bait will wash out pretty quick. So if it's been in a cod's mouth, the only thing I will say is these paternoster rigs, like I say, Steve's given me one, because I just chucked a few bits and pieces in the bag, so I haven't got my full box. I haven't got my rig wallet. In my rig wallet I've got swivels, hooks, links, bits and pieces like that. I haven't got any of that with me at the minute, so I couldn't make up any fresh rigs. Steve's given me this paternoster rig, and the only thing I will say is it's just got a single J hook at the bottom of the snood. If it was me, I'd put some circles on there, but I haven't.
I normally do. I sometimes do, and sometimes it depends what ground. When it's weedy,
yeah,
I just put the one hook on.
I just know if I'd have had a circle hook on there and they'd set up like a pennel set up, I know I'd have snared that fish then. Too busy watching you do your thing.
You're not made of wood, are you? You know what I mean?
Saved all the good fish for himself, hasn't he? I'll go down onto these rocks and try and land it for him. Still on? Oh, he's looking down. I can't tell if that's a concentration face or a disappointment face. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you don't need me to lift that one up, do you? What would you call that? Half a pound?
Half a pound.
Put it closer to the camera. Look, I tell you what, you stand there and do the talking, and I'll hold it here for you and make it look like a fish.
That gets us off the blank.
Yeah.
It's always an us fish when there's one.
Yeah. There you are. Oh, is that?
Should be.
I can't tell if that's swells, if that's a bite. I don't think that is a swell.
I'll just let you know that's also a single hook.
Single hook, yeah. See, the fish would have been bigger if you'd have had a top hook on. I think I've cast over. I think there's a great big boulder. Yeah, there is. I've just seen the top of the kelp on it out there. I think I've cast right over it. Let's see if we can. Oh, I don't know, you know, there might be a bit of weight. A good chunk of kelp. Oh, he's got me in that rock again. Right, let's pull the wander down. Let's see if we can't get him out. Like I say, I have just noticed now that at the bottom of the tide, I don't know if I'm on screen or not, but now that we're at the bottom of the tide, I can see a big clump of kelp right where I've been casting, and I think there is a great big boulder, and I've cast just behind it. which is unfortunate really. And unfortunately, the way that these swells are running, I think even if I went up and to the left, I don't think I'd stand much chance of getting it back. Do I go around there to the right? Try and get on the next skier and get it free. Yeah, let's have a wander. We may as well try, haven't we? Yeah, we're up. Oh, we're snagged again. Come on, slow and steady now. I'm going for a big walk, folks. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear me if the microphone's still connected or working, but you might be able to see the rock formations run straight back towards the cliff. So I'm hoping if I can get on the edge of this one back here, that might be the ledge that we're stuck behind. Unfortunately, folks, that's another missed bite, but we've got the gear back and we'll go again. There we go. Right, we're all baited up, we're back out in the water again. Slightly different location. Like I say, I've been casting out that sort of direction and there is a big old slab of rock, so I've come sort of straight out and right, maybe slightly more towards the lighthouse now. Steve's straight in front of us, and as you can see, every time a big swell comes through, it's just getting pushed slightly, so we might have to hold on to the rods, but it's a cracking day to be out fishing. Steve's obviously had that minnow, that cod early on, so there are fish out there. And like Steve says, if this sea stays the same state or even builds slightly, we've got plenty of options for high water, and then as it falls dark tonight, we could be in some really, really good fishing. The eagle-eyed amongst you as well might have noticed, rocking some new merch. We've got the new hats out. We've got some new hoodies as well, which you can't see under here. I am wrapped up because we're up north in middle of October. Oh, hello. Wait there a minute. Tell you this YouTubing stuff. I'd like to know just how many fish I've missed filming. But yeah, we've got new hoodies, new beanies out. I'll drop some pictures of them in the video now. Beanies are 15 quid posted and hoodies are 40 posted. Yeah, I've missed that. What a surprise. You can tell that the tide's on the turn, can't you? Because that's at the top of the rig, and then down at the bottom end we've got plenty of weed. But casting straight forward is getting the rigs back. Steve's just given me some really helpful advice. He says if I want little fish, if I want to get off the blank, go to the right down there. Thing is though, I don't want little fish. I haven't driven all this way for little fish. I could have stayed closer to home and done that. So I think what I'm going to do for the next chuck is move us right down as far as we can on the end of here and chuck out towards the edge of them breakers down there. Try and get in a bit of deeper water, and then we'll just hold the rod for a little bit, a bit of manual fishing, put a bit of work in. Have a couple of casts down there and we'll start retreating back because the swells are already starting to break the bottom end of the skier. And then if I'm really, really, really struggling, then we'll cast that way and go for some little fish.
Get off the blank over there.
I'm not bothered about blanking.
Told them just to get a fish, get off the blank, chuck it a bit further right into the little melting pot there. Nice little tummy.
Anybody who's watched the channel before knows that I don't mind a blank. It's kind of become par for the course these days. Right then, come with me you lot. Let's go down here. Like I say, we're going to head down onto the end down here somewhere. See if we can't find a bit deeper water. I have tried casting close in, far out and everywhere in between. I'm going to leave you guys about here-ish because there's a couple of gullies, look, that's just starting to fill in. I've got my wellies on, but I ain't got waders on. So I'll leave the camera there. I'll head down this way. Oh, yeah, just because I am petty. Circle up, nick that out of Steve's box. So just taken his rig and improved it. You're welcome, mate. So, like I say, we're going to come down here. I'm going to walk as far as I dare, and then we're going to See if we can't chuck one out towards those wind turbines. Get back, you bastards. Right then. There we go. 8, 2, 1. Gone. That's the one. Right then. That should be out in some deeper water. I shall come back up here, closer towards you lot. Let's see how we go. I can already feel on the line, 1, a load of weed, and 2, I feel the braid rubbing on a shelf. So we might have found deeper water, but it's going to have to be some fish to get this rig back, I think. Oh, I can literally see the kelp out there. Whether that's the edge of another ledge or not, I'm not too sure. Well folks, a couple of minutes ago I was going to do a piece to camera that said how, strangely enough, now that we've got tide against wind, tide coming in, westerly winds going out, the sea had dropped off and it got nice and calm. There are some big sets starting to roll in now, aren't there?
I was counting about every 8 seconds there's a big one.
Yeah, so yeah, there are some big sets starting to build, as you can see. So we did move down to sort of there. We've already retreated 20 odd yards or so. Steve's come and joined me. We've got about another 20 yards or so before we're back on to where we were and casting into those little fish, wasn't it? That's what you said, isn't it? And I think I'm probably going to do that in a minute, because 1, I don't want to get soaking wet the first mark. 2, I don't think I'm going to get this rig back. Like I said earlier, you can feel it on rocks. I think it's fairly well snagged up. I can see weed out there, and obviously with the sets that are coming in, if those sets and that weed aren't breaking you loose, it's definitely snagged up. So we're going to have a go, see if we can get this one back, and then we'll get a new rig on and we'll get back out there. Wait till that swell goes, see if I can get the back end of the swell just to break it out of the snag. No, it's not coming. There's only one thing to do on marks like this. Nice gentle bit of pressure. See if we can't get something back. We're up. What we've got back. Well folks, we are pretty much back at the base of the skier now. You can see swells breaching most of where we were. I mean, where we were earlier on is well underwater now down the far end. Sea's definitely lifting, which is a good sign for later on. But I think we're going to call this last cast, aren't we, mate?
Yeah, we'll get turned around and.
So I need to go and find a new headlamp. I think when I was at Moston the other week, I mentioned that I'd left my headlamp in the van. I can't find it anywhere. So that's gone walkabout. So I need to go and find myself a new lamp. I need to get some rotten bottom clips, because at the minute I'm just using £30 line straight on as a rotten bottom. And if we're going to start casting off cliffs or wanting to put any distance on, I need something to hold that lead in properly. So it's not too bad here, because it's not a big cast into the water, but yeah, it's not safe for later on. So I think on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up there. Call it quits. If I get anything on this last cast, I'll put it in now. Well, Steve's just said, I think I'm deep snagged, and then it come up and he shouted out, this is a fish. That rod tip doesn't look. Good fish, mate.
I tell you what, there was a little thump and then wait and then nothing. I reckon there's been a massive 8, 9, possibly 12-pound cod on there.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
I like your optimism, mate. Better luck next time. If not, I'll just say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. We'll see you next week in the next location. But until then, take care and tight lines.